All right, let's get started. Let's talk about how to be a more intentional leader. What I want to share with you today are two changes that you can make to be a more intentional leader. There might be a little bit of tough love in here because there are things that we need to do, but I do believe it's foundational to making a change and really driving results at work and ultimately being that impactful leader that you want to be. So before we get started, let me introduce myself. I'm Valarie Vest. I help corporate driven leaders really transform the way that they lead and evolve the way that they live. So if you want to be an intentional leader, then we're going to have to take 100% responsibility for your leadership. And so that is the first thing that I want to talk about. You need to be responsible for yourself, for your leadership, for your team, and the projects that you lead. And that means really giving up all the excuses, giving up blaming the other department for not, or maybe not having enough resources. You have to give up all the reasons why you can't and why you haven't done or achieved whatever it is up until this point. And you have to give them up forever. So the first thing we need to do is to really take accountability and to give up all the excuses. You want to take the position that you've always had the power to make it different, to produce the desired result that you want to make as a leader. You want to really, from today on, choose, you know what, I'm 100% responsible for everything that I do, and that does or does not happen to me. So the first thing you want to do is take accountability. The second thing you want to do is give up complaining. So in order to complain about something or maybe someone, what you're really telling yourself is that you believe that something better exists. So if you didn't believe that there was something better possible, whether it's a better leader, a better position, a different team, you wouldn't be complaining. So you have this image that there's something better and that you would prefer that. But instead of doing something about it, you're spending your time complaining. So I found that when I do these two things as a leader, when I take responsibility and I don't complain about the other team, about my resources, about whatever it might be, I find that I can get to solutions and I'm able to help my team move forward and I'm able to help them move forward faster. Both of these things are key to being a successful and intentional leader. So I'm going to encourage you, this is a quick one this week, to try it out. The next time something goes wrong on a project at work or just something isn't going the way you want it to, I want you to take responsibility. When you take responsibility, you start to think about the possible solutions because you're like, okay, this didn't work. How can I change that? And then I want you to avoid the tendency to join into complaining about the other department or I don't have enough resources or whatever isn't working, and instead engage in finding solutions and collaborating. I want you to show up as that leader that's finding solutions and moving things and the team forward. You're transforming your department and your team into collaborating with others, finding the benefits for your customer or that new product. And guess what? When you start to produce these results and you start to be more collaborative and create better clients or better products for your clients, watch what happens. Pay attention to what you're doing and the results that you're producing and ask yourself, how am I creating or allowing this to happen? Decide to make the change, decide to change your responsibility and move away from complaining. And that's really it, folks. Try it out and you too can learn how to be an intentional leader.